Welcome to KetoMealsAndRecipes.com. Today I'm posting the 6th of the 12 Treats of Christmas and New Year's series, and the featured recipe is for my sugar-free orange cranberry sauce. This sauce is a bit different because it's a little bit of a departure from the classic cranberry sauce in that it is both sweet and tart at the same time, but has a really amazing orange and lemon citrusy flavor that just brings out the full flavor of the cranberries. And this cranberry sauce creates a really wonderful aromatic, and there's a really good aftertaste as well. I'd like to thank my mother, a professionally trained chef, who taught me to really appreciate flavor and the whole experience, the visual, the olfactory, and the gustofactory. And I hope you will find that this is one of these. Because our holidays, especially Christmas and Thanksgiving when you would serve cranberry sauce, are really special. And you and your family deserve nothing but the best. And one of the best parts of this recipe, it is one of the most incredibly easy recipes you'll ever make. Before I give you the macronutrient ratios, I'd like you to understand this is a condiment and it's an add-on to your meal. So it's not a keto per se, but more of a low-carb condiment. So the macronutrient ratio for the sugar-free orange cranberry sauce is 0.1 to 1, with 3.5 grams of total carbs, 1.1 gram of dietary fiber, resulting in 2.5 grams of net carb per serving. And here are the few ingredients that you will need to make this recipe. One of the nice things about this recipe, everything is done in one pot, so less cleanup. Let's begin now. Into a medium-sized saucepan, put your fresh or frozen cranberries into the saucepan. And before adding anything else, go through your cranberries and make sure that you pick out any berries that are not in great condition, such as bruised ones or cranberries that may be a little bit too soft. And while you're at it, take a few of the nicest cranberries out and set those aside. These few cranberries will be used for garnishing when you're ready to serve. And then add your water. I'd also like to request that you watch the entire video to the end, because near the end I will give you a hint as to what the 7th treat will be. Okay, let's get back to work. So now add your orange zest and your freshly squeezed lemon juice. And because we're not using orange juice, I'm going to be using pure orange extract. It's this extract that will balance the lemon flavor and create that fresh citrusy aroma. And the last thing you add is your finely ground sweetener. And as always, I'm using a monk fruit-based sweetener, which I ground to this very fine confectionery powder. Then just stir everything to combine. Now put your saucepan on the stovetop and set it to medium heat. And then continue cooking at this setting until everything comes up to a nice light boil. When you're making this recipe, I'd recommend that you stay near the stove so that you can keep an eye on things. And after you've reached a light boil, continue cooking at this temperature until all your cranberries have popped. Now it's time to reduce your heat and continue cooking on a medium-low setting, because all you want is a very light simmer. The cooking time at this phase is about 10 minutes. This will allow your cranberry sauce to thicken, but while your sauce is simmering, do remember to stir occasionally. As I mentioned earlier, this is a sweet and kind of tart sauce, so if you like your sauce a little bit sweeter, take a sample of the sauce with a small spoonful, make sure it's cool enough, and taste it. And if you need, adjust the sweetness according to your taste. But please, again, I can't stress enough, be very careful when you're tasting. This sauce is super hot. However, even if you adjust your sweetness, I would highly recommend that you keep the sauce a little bit on the tart side, because both the turkey or ham are quite sweet, and the counterbalance will just make an absolute amazing combination. Now, everybody's got different traditions at Christmas and Thanksgiving and holidays, but we usually serve a turkey. And if you've never made a turkey before, I will post the link how to cook a turkey video if you're just starting to cook and this is your first time making a turkey. Or if you prefer to serve a Christmas ham, I also have a video for my maple butter and mustard glazed ham, which my kids absolutely adore at Christmas. And that link will also be provided in the description below. After the 10 minutes of simmering, when your sauce is done cooking, you have 3 ways that you can present your cranberry sauce. One way is to present a very coarse, thick chunky cranberry sauce. For this presentation, just use a spatula and press the cranberries against the side of the pot. And you can press as few or as many cranberries as you like, depending on how chunky you like it. The second method, which is how I usually serve my cranberry sauce, I take a potato masher and press and then grind the cranberries into the bottom of the pan. I keep doing this until all the cranberries are well mashed and the sauce is very thick. I like this method because it retains all the fiber and the flavor. And the last method is for people who prefer a jelly-like cranberry sauce. The third option is to take your cranberry sauce, after mashing it like I did in method 2, pass it through a fine sieve and press it into the sieve, and by doing this you will create a clear jelly. It will take a bit of effort to press all the cranberry sauce through the sieve, but if you like a jelly, this is the way you have to do it. Christmas is a wonderful but really hectic time, so in my planning I try to do as much prep ahead as I can, and this cranberry sauce is one of the prep ahead things that work amazingly. This sauce will keep very well if stored in an airtight container and placed in your fridge. Then on the day that you're ready to serve, you just take it out. If you like to serve it cold, just place it into a nice dish and garnish with a twirl of orange or lemon peel or both and your reserved cranberries. But if you like your cranberry sauce nice and hot, then just microwave it. Then garnish with a swirl of orange and lemon rind, your reserved fresh cranberries, and if you have any mint or basil leaves, this will add some green for a very festive presentation. I hope that you and your guests will like this sugar-free orange cranberry sauce. And as always, the link for the printable recipe will be posted in the description below. Thank you very much for watching, and Merry Christmas. And please come back and check out the 7th of the 12 treats of Christmas, and here's the hint. It's a festive ice cream.